Hello there, all you amazing people. I just woke up. We have a family thing going on today, so I'll try and do this quick. So I promised an update on this little thing here. I did this poll 4 days ago, according to what it says up here. And I've not gotten anyone coming into my Discord, posting a video about them, reacting to my videos, or telling me that I'm a blah, 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 other than fake accounts, because apparently the pussy levels of those users are just fucking getting higher and higher. What the conclusion here is that Linux users are weak-ass motherfuckers, okay? Let's just be honest, they're keyboard warriors. They have not gone outside, done anything meaningless with their life or meaningful with their life. They're just sitting at home and think that they are activists or warriors of whatever the fuck they want to think they're warriors of online for running FOSS and Linux, which is so far removed from reality that it's not even funny to think about. However, it does make good content because, like I said, people love drama. That's why we have, tabloids, newspapers. That's why Fox, MSNBC, all those fucking channels are existing today. Because you all love drama. It's actually like, not as clean cut as I thought it would be. Because I thought most people would be like, yeah, forget about the drama. But some of you guys are honest. And I got some recommendation of what to do. And I will follow some of them somewhat. But I will explain the master plan going forward here in a second or later on in the video. Because as it says right now, if you... This poll here is, of course, mostly people that watch me, but it's, of course, not all. There's only 80 votes. That's like a minute percentage of the people watching me voting on this. So it's not a really good representation, but it gives you a good idea, okay? We have to remember this. And it kind of says something that I have wanted to do for a long-ass time. Because it is fucking irritating, and it is tiresome talking about the weakest ass motherfuckers on the internet that think that they're toughest motherfuckers on the internet, because it's a one-way street. It's me talking to them and them hiding in forums and subreddits and stuff like that and think they are tough guys while not talking to me but talking to themselves. So you all just see my view, or you all just see me talking to them, unless you go and find them in those, or if I guide you to those forums and subreddits and stuff like that, which is not fun. Okay, let's be honest, it would be so much more fun if you could have a feud with a channel, or you don't have this whole thing going on channel by channel, but they are too fucking weak ass to do that. So therefore, like a lot of people say, or some people say, like, we don't see it. And I have a theory about this, because I talk to a lot of Linux users, a lot more than Windows and Mac users, and 99% of them, just a number I threw out of my ass in the morning, are not that far disagreeing with me. They may not agree with everything I say, but they are like, we are on the same page. Either I'm too exaggerating, or it's not that big of a problem, but it's still a problem, and we are on the same page. So I have a theory about the people saying that they don't see it. And that is that either they don't engage whatsoever with any Linux content. They don't read the comment sections on videos, they don't go onto forums. They're just happy little campers, doing their Linux thing, reading some manuals, maybe coding a little bit, and then they don't engage with the community. So if you don't engage with the community like I did for like 20 years almost, yeah, you don't see much of it, if anything. The other part of it is the people that say they don't see it but are engaging with the community are the toxic ones. Okay, so I will see people that I have seen in my comment section and on other people's videos, because, use the same username and I watch kind of the same content as a lot of those people do. They will be massively toxic towards other people, or I see them in subreddits, forums, and they are massively toxic towards other people there. So of course, if you are the tree or you are the forest, you don't see the forest, okay? Because you are not looking inward, you're looking outward. Those are my two theories why people don't see, or why people say they don't see the toxicity and the problem. Learn Linux TV made a video about this. There have been plenty of big YouTubers lately that have come out and talked about problems with the Linux community. I, however, has just done it for the longest time, and I'm happy that more and more people are opening their eyes and being willing and more brave to talk about it. Because it is a thing where if you criticize Linux, it's almost like you criticize Jesus or the Pope or whatever religious deity you regard, it's almost in that same nature. You're getting attacked, you're getting ridiculed, you're getting stalked, you're getting all of these crazy things. And I know you don't see the stalking, you don't see the emails, you don't see the DMs that people like me get because we're not showing it to you. That's the only reason why you don't see it. And it's also a little bit like Trust Me Pro, because we don't want to feed too much into it, and even though I do quite a lot, but I still don't want to, publicize other people's email addresses and DMs and stuff like that, because to me, that's a little bit too far. It's not that important to me that I want to be the guy that sits there and leak DMs and emails, conversations that I have with other people. Because I feel like if you're DMing me or emailing me, you are a little bit stepping it up. You're taking a little bit responsibility. You're showing your face a little bit, okay? So I kind of respect that a little bit. That you are a weak-ass pussy doing it in DMs and emails, that's another conversation. But at least you're not just hiding too much behind a random throwaway account, posting something online and running away. You actually want to have a dialogue, even though you want it to be a one-side dialogue, but at least you want a dialogue. So you gotta have to, in my opinion, respect that a little bit. But yeah, this is a problem. The things with problems is, they don't just go away if you ignore them. They don't. I'm sad to say it, but they don't. Because I've also been told, via this poll and in other conversations, just ignore it. The thing is, if you just ignore it, those people will grow stronger and bigger and bigger. It's like not cutting your grass. You don't have to. And it's not that big of a problem. It's not that irritating to walk in somewhat long grass. But at one point, it will become unmanageable, it will become super irritating to walk in, and it will just ruin your garden. That's what we are doing now. We are cutting the grass. We are maintaining the grass. We are making sure there's not too much fucking bad shit in the grass. But it has to be done. You have to mow your lawn. You have to take care of your garden. That's what people like me are doing. We are cutting the grass. We are the teenagers that makes a buck cutting your grass. And then go home and bitch and moan about it and buy video games. Because if we don't do anything about this, it is and will and are hurting your beloved Linux. Toxicity in a community hurts. And it's not about free speech. It's not about wokeness. It's not about PC-ness. It actually hurts the product you like. Because you are taking it so much further than it needs to be taken. Like, it's become a hatred. And then, when you do that, you are no better than the PC people, the woke people, the anti-this people, the anti-that, because you are doing all of the things you hate about them, but you're doing it to other people and hiding it behind good intentions. PC people, woke people, blah, blah, blah. They also think they have good intentions. That's why they're doing it. They think they're doing something good for the world. So all of the toxic Linux users, they think they are doing a good thing, but they are not. And if we stop talking about it, if we stop highlighting it, they will grow stronger. And that means that we will get more of it. It will be more of an exclusive club. It will be more of it's only for people like us. It will be more of let's hate and and attack anyone that don't think or use the same things we do in the same manner that we do. Toxic Linux users is effectively having a war on individual freedoms, individual thoughts, individual preferences. That's actually what they're doing. The same way social justice warriors are doing it. If you don't think like them, say what they want you to say, you are bad. And that is how a lot of Linux users think. If you're not a FOSS person or free FSF person, if you're not a full-blown fucking, even your dick have neck beard kind of person, when it comes to Linux and FOSS, you are not one of us, you're corporate, blah, blah, blah. You should be fucking put out behind the shit and go to the walk with old yellow, and you should bathe in fucking pig shit and all of those kind of things. You're public enemy number one. That thinking like that makes things exclusive. It hinders freedom of thinking. It hinders freedom of choice. It hinders anything you actually stands for. Because freedom of choice means I can choose what you don't like. I can use what you don't like. I can say what you don't like. I can do things you don't like or don't want to do. Because if you take those away, it's basically just a limited dictatorship. You have the options of 5 options. I chose those 5 options, but those are the only 5 options you have because I have deemed them to be the correct 5 options. That's actually what those toxic Linux users are doing. They are telling you what to do, what to think, what to use, how to do it, how to use it, and what technologies you should use that they prefer. And they hide behind openness of code, freedom of technology, owning your hardware, and blah, all of these buzzwords. That makes no sense. If you know anything about IT, or anything about anything that has to do with computing in a professional level, you know that Microsoft is not hijacking your fucking graphic card every time you install Windows. You can run any OS on it. They will make it a little bit harder to dual boot, but you can run anything you want on it. You know, if you want to learn about hardware, PCBs, capacitors, all of those things, you could do that on any OS in the world. You can learn any programming languages. You can get any education on any OS in the world. Some OSs make it more intuitive or easier to do that. Of course, if you can see the source code, it's easier to learn from it. It's easier to get into than if you can't. Think about that. So, kind of said what I want to say. Let's address the poll here. Because this is like a video that sums up both the previous video, the feedback from that one, and the feedback from this poll. It's kind of a mixed bag. So again, 80 votes out of thousands of views I get per video is almost nothing. And what I'm looking at mostly is this here. How many has voted versus this here? Because let's just say I get 1,000 views per video and 500 people have voted. This would be a more accurate indicator. If thousands of people have voted and I get 1,000 views, this would be a perfect indicator. Or not perfect, but as close to perfect as it can get. This shows me that only the core audience, like the really, really hardcore audience or random people that just found this on YouTube, have voted. So I'm getting the opinion of the minority here. So I have to take it like that, but I also can't ignore it, because at least people here, you know, put in the effort to comment and vote. It's still a super, super low minority. So the way that I'm going to go about it here is, I will probably mix it up. That's probably what I'm going to do. I will make fun of the Linux community, I will make reaction videos, I will do all these crazy things, but not as much. I will tone it way down. And then maybe, right now because of time constraints, I upload one video a week. I may do two, but right now I can only do one. So 1 week it will be like an educational video, whatever, you know, tech shit, you know, like I used to. The other week, it will probably be like, let's react to this crazy Linux YouTuber. Let's talk about the craziness going on with the toxic Linux users and, you know, that kind of thing. And then the next week, it will be some tech subjects, drama subject, if you could call it that. Tech drama. That's the idea I'm toying with. This is probably what is going to be done. This is where you all have to do something. Because if I get 500 views on the non-drama videos, and I get 2,000-3,000 views on the drama videos, this here is meaningless. Because this is going against what's going on. Because the sad reality is, I've done this before, and I've actively talked to people in my comment section that was like, we want the old content back. And I was like, that's cool, but I've never seen you comment on any of those videos before. But you're commenting on my drama videos. That tells me that you are not engaging or supporting my non-drama content. So why should I make it if you're not interested in it? And that's the thing. A lot of people say they don't want drama, but you really, really want drama. Because I see it in my views. And me only being able to upload one video a week, I might as well make the one that makes more views. But again, like I said, I am going to split it up now. I'm testing this out for maybe to February or end of January next year. So this will be the first drama video-ish, and then the next video will probably be like whatever I've come up with, tech-wise, and then there will be something reaction or bullshitting or something like that, and then a tech video. And we try this format out for like a few months. But I have to look at this like you would look at it as a business, or you would look at it as a TV station or a television series or whatever the fuck you will call it. Why should I make content people don't want to watch? It makes no sense. Even if I prefer making that content, it makes no sense. I hope you can see my viewpoint here. It's not about the money, it's about the effort. Because making these videos here is super fucking easy. But making a tech video is actually difficult because you have to make sure you do it the right way. You may have to retake a lot of things because you forgot something. You have to research the subject if you have not talked about it for months or years. There goes a lot more research, R&D, testing, and stuff like that into make actually tech videos than they do to just sit on your ass and then talk about the latest fucking drama or arguments going on in the Linux community. Like, this is easy making these videos. So for me, it's all about where do I put in my time? Because you have to remember, when I'm doing this, I'm not making money. I am not learning. I'm not bettering myself for my work that actually pays my fucking bills. So I could sit right now and get better at, right now I'm really into Java for some reason. So right now I could be sitting and learning more Java or we are learning, getting better at Java. That will help my job. That then could help for promotion later down the line. Or I could sit here and make videos for YouTube where I basically work for under $1 an hour. You can do the math. So for me, it's not about the money, so to speak. It's about the effort. I am willing to not do work-related stuff if it benefits a lot of people, or a lot of people watch it or engage with it. Because then that's the value of it. It makes people think. It makes people engage, it stirs up a conversation. That is more important than making money, in my opinion. So what I'm basically trying to say here in a long-ass way, because I'm tired and crazy, is that please support the non-drama content. If you want more of that, support more of that. It's that simple. You as a viewer have all the power. As a not individual, but collective. The only reason I'm talking so much about this is because I'm getting a lot of views out of it. If the other content gave me way more views, I will do that because it's benefiting more people. I am a reaction to the viewer base actions. That's as simple it is. And I say it like I'm playing the game, I'm doing the YouTube thing. That is the YouTube thing. You do what people want you to do. And how do you know what they want you to do? You see that in subscriber counts. You may even see that in likes, but mostly you see that in viewer counts. Because in the end, if you're going to talk a little bit business shit, subscribers means nothing. Subscribers just means that these people are committed to coming back. So they do mean a little bit. They mean that the more subscribers you have, the more people are willing to say, I'm coming back, I'm validating this content. It has a little bit of it's like your returning customers, basically. Your core customers. So it means a little bit. It shows the world how many people are willing to commit to your channel. Likes and dislikes, all for the algorithm. The only reason it means anything is for the algorithm. And a like and a dislike means the same for the algorithm. It's an engagement. Comments only means anything for the algorithm. The more comments, the more it's getting pushed. The more dislikes, the more it's getting pushed. The more likes, the more it's getting pushed. What means something for the content creators, if you're talking monetization, view counts. That's it. It's view counts. When you're making advertisement deals with people, they use subscriber base as a barrier of entry. But if you have like 100 subscribers and you get millions of views on your videos, you can get all the big advertisers to advertise on you. Because in the end, how many subscribers you have, how many dislikes you have, how many likes you have, how many comments you have, don't mean shit if they're not watching your content. Because watching your content is where the ads are. And that is what companies want. So for a business standpoint or monetization standpoint or a metric that is the most important metrics for a YouTuber is the viewer count. It also shows the YouTuber what you guys want to actually engage with or see. Because here's the thing. More views directly correlate to more comments, directly correlates to more either dislikes or likes. More comments and more likes and dislikes don't automatically give you more subscribers. More subscribers don't automatically give you more likes, dislikes, comments, and views. The only thing that elevates any other metrics is viewer count. The more people watching, the more people subscribe, the more people comment, the more people engage with the like, dislike buttons. That is a fact. Right now, the poll says one thing, my viewer count said something else, or say something else. Even the returning subscribers that are coming back watching my videos are watching more of this kind of content than tech content. If I do tech content, it's even less returning viewers. And returning viewers are people that are subscribed to your channel or have watched your videos before. So my statistics, my analytics say something else. You are telling me something different. Now it's on you to actually stand by what you're saying. Again, because it shows me where to put in my effort. It's in your ball count right now. You have the ball in your hand. You can direct me in whatever direction you want. I'm giving you that power. Because I'm only interested in doing whatever is benefiting the most people. And that means whatever gets more views. Alternating content for a few months. Let's see how that goes. And I'm willing to, like, don't get me wrong. If tech content gets 90% of the views of the non-tech content, that's a good thing. But as it is right now, tech content that I make gets about under 50% of the views that I'm getting from not tech content. That's just not good enough, in my opinion. And that means that I only am making it once in a while then. But in the next 2 or 3 months, let's give it, a grace period and see how it's being received. If it becomes close to being equal or close to it, like 80, 75+%, I will do more tech content. But I'm here to make you all happy. I want to make stuff you want to watch. What I like to do is not important. It's what you want to watch, what you are benefiting from, what you want to interact with. And the only way I can see that is how many views I get on a video, how many returning customers I get, or how many returning viewers I get. That's how I look at what content to make. So don't tell me you want one thing and not supporting it. And the only way you can support it that makes sense to me is just watching it. You don't have to like, comment, you don't even have to fucking donate or anything. Just watch it. Because if I see the views goes up, if I see more views on that content, that's all I care about. Because then I know this is benefiting more people. More people like this. More people want this. But I am listening to that one and I'm going to split it up. I hope all of this makes sense. See you all later. Bye bye.